Yeah.
All right, Coach. Big win over Arizona State tonight in JCP. How would you describe your team's performance as a whole?
The resilience is what, I spoke of when meeting with the team in the locker room after the game. Just the gritty resolve, the bounce back, because this was a difficult week. We're preparing for finals, and to lose at Stanford, beat like a drum, and then dominated by Utah State. Came back, worked on the deficiencies in practice for a couple days, and drum rolled into this challenging matchup with Arizona State. And I think the players' response is what impressed me the most. And from a statistical standpoint, the 21 assists in terms of sharing the ball. And there were so many impressive individual performances, but overall it was the cohesiveness that led to us playing really an efficient and productive second half in particular.
The energy tonight in JCP, how different of a feel was it than previous games?
Yeah, it felt like a real home court. I mean, those fans brought their A game, and it helped lift our players. There was that critical stretch where we were in our diamond press and forced some turnovers and started knocking down threes and attacking the rim, making good judgments. And I thought the fans tonight really provided us with some fuel, some incentive, some encouragement, and that went a long way. And I think even was a home court advantage here at JCP.
What does a win like this mean to a young group that's building?
Yeah, it's so important that our players experience success, but also learn from the knockdowns. This week, I would describe as the school of hard knocks. And we purposely scheduled in this manner, where we played Stanford, Utah State, came home against Arizona State in preparation for building towards conference play. And Portland State is another quality opponent and another opportunity. We can't get too full of ourselves and get an inflated sense of self. We have to keep working, keep grinding. We call it the hammer to rock. And there's a lot of upside and potential for this team, but we're not going to realize it unless we go to work every day. And so I think when you get a win like this, it allows your young players to have a little pep in their step and the wind at their back, so to speak.
Those are a young team, and you've gotten great contribution from those guys, but tonight it was two of the older players, PJ and Deuce, 23 points apiece. How much has their presence and also their performance helped you guys?
Yeah, I thought the returning players, Deuce and Wayne, and then PJ, a first-year player but has college experience, those three were a stabilizing force. And Stephen Jamison, close to a double-double, and really anchored our defense well, and just brings a physicality that really, elevates our team. But there's no doubt, our guard play, our perimeter play was outstanding.
Anything I didn't ask you about you want to add in here?
No, we're looking forward to getting Dragos back. That's the other element that makes this win special is he's one of our key contributors offensively and defensively, and helps us on the boards. And so for our team to find a way to win, use some ingenuity and pluck and resilience, that's a real positive. And we have players like David Simon, who's going to keep getting better. I thought Santiago was impressive in the first half, 6 rebounds, and that contribution allowed us to stay in the game, so then we had enough to eventually get over the hump and ultimately win this game. So really proud of this group collectively, and that's what I shared with them, that couldn't be prouder of the group, but we have work to do.
One more for you. I mean, you've accomplished a lot of different stops in basketball, but for you here at San Diego, where does this win stack up, and how meaningful is it just to see what you've built so far?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most significant, meaningful, and will be memorable wins in my career because of what we're building. We came here understanding that we had a tall task and an arduous climb in terms of the West Coast Conference, but the possibilities is what intrigued me about this opportunity, and to see the team and the joy in that locker room is really what led to me returning to coaching. You know, it's the relationship with your players and your staff and that unique camaraderie that only team sports provides. And so tonight is one of those nights. But I also have coached long enough to know that, you know, you can't get too high, you can't get too down, and we tried to do that this week, and we have to continue that approach moving forward.
All right, PJ, let's just start with the energy tonight in the JCP. What was it like playing in front of a crowd that was that pumped up?
Oh man, it's just a blessing. You know, I mean, you can't ask for something better, much better than that. It's just, you know, I appreciate all the fans that came out. You know, I just can't thank them enough. It just, you know, I feel like that boost. You know, we were down most of the game, and that boost of energy from the crowd just, you know, gave us a lift that we really needed. And you know, I think that just that extra boost that the crowd gave us, you know, got us over the hump and allowed us to, you know, beat Arizona State tonight. So. Yeah.
What are the emotions of getting a win like that when the clock hits 0?
You know, I mean, it was a little, you know, hard to believe at first. I was like, dang, we finally cleared it out. We know we had 2 pretty rough games before this, so I think this was a big win for us. And you know, I'm just proud of all the guys, and you know, we definitely did the celebrating that I think we deserved. So that was good.
You guys were chasing early, but kind of felt like you were building towards that comeback. What was key to kind of erasing that deficit and taking the lead?
I think the biggest thing was eliminating paint touches for them. That was the key for the game. For us, was eliminating paint touches, out-rebounding them, which I think we did a really good job of. You know, Santi come off from the bench, getting 6 rebounds in the first half. That's huge. Steven with 9. It's just, you know, we decided to really lock into the game plan the coach gave us, and I'm just proud of the guys for, you know, really locking in and giving us that boost.
5 threes tonight. How are you feeling?
I feel great. You know, I can't do much of what I do without my teammates. A lot of my shots are from I give people assists. So like, you know, without my guys finding me, it's really, I have to thank them for all of it. So I appreciate them a lot.
Like you mentioned, it was a tough one up at Utah State. How hard or how easy was it to turn the page and come out with a win like this tonight?
You know, I think it started in practice. You know, Coach made it evident that we needed to lock in for this game. This wasn't going to be an easy one. I just think we did a great job of just focusing, locking into the game plan the coach set aside for us. And you know, I'm just proud of our guys. They really took a step up that we needed to, and you know, gave us an opportunity to win this game. So.
Talk about the fans a little bit. I think you guys are undefeated at home. You're 6-0 in this building this year. What is it about playing here in San Diego?
You know, I'm from Minnesota, so this is a little different for me, but honestly, this is the best decision I've ever made. I'm so happy to be here. I wouldn't trade this for anything. So, you know, being able to play in front of a crowd like that, hopefully we get some more games like that. I appreciate all of you guys for coming out, but, you know, it's just a blessing, and I can't be any more thankful. So.
All right, dudes. Let's start like I did with PJ, the energy in the JCP tonight. How would you describe it? How much did you guys feed off of that?
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you know, we usually in here and it's usually empty. So, you know, it's new for us, and you can see when we get going, it's different for us. We seen it on the opposite end at Utah, like they had a crazy crowd, and it was just nice for us to have it here in the JCP for one of the biggest games of the year. And like I said, like PJ said, we couldn't be more thankful, and hopefully we can get more of that.
You guys were building towards that comeback all game. What was key to coming out on top?
Just not panicking. I think that's the biggest thing. I think the young guys and the guys that's been here showed a lot of poise. Like Coach has mentioned, we didn't panic and we didn't get down and say, oh, well, they're just better than us. Like, we felt like we were the better team. And that showed, and that resilience showed. And we knew what we had to stick to our game and just keep making adjustments, and that was the biggest piece for us.
You and PJ both hit 5 threes, 23 points apiece. What was key to your success tonight, personally?
Assists. I mean, I think, yeah, we had 21 assists. I think that's a season high for us. You got guys like me and PJ that are great catch and shoot guys. We can get high at any moment. And, you know, Wayne did a good job finding us. And with that ball, we had a lot of offensive rebounds too. So that kicked out to us. And that really, once we see one go in, you know, we were ready to fire. So that's pretty much what it was.
You guys took a tough road loss to Utah State. You turned the page. What does it mean to beat a team like Arizona State?
Big. I mean, we didn't beat a team that big last year. So it just shows you how special this group is, even as young as we are. Even the older guys, like I haven't had, you know, 4 years of D1 experience and playing teams like this. So that's big for all of us, and you can see it in the locker room after the game.
What can you guys take from this, you know, and learn from moving forward?
It's the momentum. Just show our potential and how big, you know, how big our ceiling is. We still have a lot to learn from, but we beat a team like this. It's nothing but a name on the front of the jersey. We're just as good and better than those guys. So I think that gives us a lot of confidence going forward.